Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Big up all my Irish subscribers and thank you for the relative of one of these young men that sent me this story and asked me to pay tribute to them. Sean Little and Jordan Davies were killed in separate shootings 24 hours apart in Dublin last week. They were both close friends and the police believe there was both aligned to a certain gang. Mr. Little was murdered late on Tuesday night in North County. The police believe the murder is connected to Zach Parker, who was killed outside a gym and shot in the head. Again, what police believe was over tens of thousands of pounds worth of a drug debt. 3 people have actually been shot in 8 days in Dublin, and the amount of murders in the past year is just been shocking. Mr. Little from Kilbarron was shot dead on the back road that leads to Walshestown in North County Dublin onto the M1. He had driven on Tuesday night to a remote location between exit 5 of the M1 and Walshestown in a black Vauxhall insignia he had recently imported from the UK and re-registered in the Republic of Ireland. The Gardaí sources said he had been wearing a bulletproof vest when previously stopped for searching, and both of the men knew that there was under risk of being attacked. However, he was not wearing a vest when he was killed. The Gardaí believed he was lured to the location where he was killed on the pretense of meeting somebody he knew and trusted. He was standing on the road beside his car and he was shot in the head and the chest. His killer then set fire to the car, and a member of the public called the Dublin Fire Brigade when they saw the fire. When the emergency services arrived on the scene, they found the car on fire and Mr. Little's remains on the road. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Mr. Little had no previous criminal convictions, but the police said he was at odds with the Finglas gang, the leader who murdered his friend Mr. Parker outside the gym, and the police believe he was shot at as a result of that. Mr. Little was also closely associated to junior members of the Kinahan cartel in Dublin. He was linked to men involved in a suspected gangland shooting in Donamead, North Dublin last week. Wednesday's murder victim, Mr. Davies, had only become a father 4 months ago. That's Jordan Davies, his friend who was killed less than 24 hours afterwards. He was actually pushing his child to school in the pushchair with the mother of his child. It happened outside Lady Immaculate Junior National School and the Church of Our Lady Immaculate, Darndale. He was a relation of Jamie Ennis, 24, who was shot dead 18 months ago on Moat View, about a kilometre away from Wednesday's murder scene. Mr. Davies knew his life was in danger, and while a link to the drugs trade is suspected for his murder, it may take some time to find a definitive motive, the police said. And what Jordan Davies did is 15 minutes before he was shot, he actually posted a tribute to his friend. This picture is the last picture of them ever posted by each other, and he calls him a real gent and rest in peace to his friend. It shows the brutality to kill a man in front of his child. Do you know what I mean? Like, this kid's gonna grow up older and learn the story of how her father died the same way that most people do. And when people are at war, there literally is no holds barred. Like, when people have crossed lines or people feel disrespected in a certain way, there is no extent to which some people will go. The papers described this as blasted to death. I find that very tactless, and I'm not going to use that phrase. He was murdered by a hitman on a bicycle. This happened by somebody on a push bike. And the previous murder the day before of Sam Little, his friend, was found. The police found the burning car in Balbriggan in North County Durham late on Tuesday night. A source said, so no idea who the source is, they were very close pals with Zach Parker, who was shot before. He owed money to a Kinahan linked gang. The police have basically said everything, all of this is to do with drug dealing. Upon the murder of Sam Little, a group of hooded men arrived at the scene and started arguing with journalists and the Gardaí. And Jordan's murder scene was actually metres away from where an innocent father called John Lawless was killed in February. Another source, they have a lot of sources, this is the Daily Mirror that I'm reading from. They knew that there was under threat and come under attack in recent weeks. One local woman says, people are living on nerves around here. Our kids go up and down that lane all the time, every day. His poor family, his mother, they arrived at the scene and was brought into the school. She was in bits. It's terrifying here in Darndale. You don't know what you are coming out to. He had money issues, but no one could put a figure on it. But he owed money. That's what this woman has said. A local woman, that's what the papers have said. So again, just shows the difference between it. But I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on events in Dublin, and anybody that's affected by them. I do not mind paying tribute to them, because at the end of the day, these are all family men. These are all family members, and they matter to somebody. So I just hope whatever's been going on there gets sorted out very shortly, and I wish the best for everybody on both sides. So thank you for joining me today. We've got a lot of news to get through today as well, so please don't forget to turn your notifications on, and I'll be back shortly. Thank you.